Our ministry goes deep and wide, whether that's open table faith book studies, the pumpkin patch, which is going on right now, whether it's our youth ministry or our ministry to our senior adults. A lot of good things going on ministry-wise. A lot of good things happen here because of our facility, our campus, and our location, and our willingness to have them here.
The thing that we provide is both space and presence. Sometimes it's physical space for other people to do ministries that we're not involved in. Sometimes it is just space to be, and often it's a presence with people that's ministering to them.
I hope that if I can contribute to anything, it's that, that our congregation's ears are always to the ground, hearing out the needs of everyone that's coming to our doors, being flexible to what those needs are, because the 2025 church doesn't look like the 1965 church, doesn't look like the 2085 church.
We just wanted to hold up a sign and say, you're not crazy and you're not alone, and we actually can talk about that together. And so we started Open Table Faith.
I am so proud of Open Table Faith. That's probably the ministry that I'm most connected with, even just as a participant. I think that OTF is doing so much in the community, a lot of that to bring openness and welcoming and a warm, loving place filled with the Spirit, filled with Christ and Christ followers, to share that it is about love and community.
I feel like the word is getting out about FCC, that people can come here regardless of where they're at in their faith. If they don't have faith at all, but we will support you through it, we will love you through it, and you just come as you are.
I'm proud to get to do what I love here, and I'm proud to be part of this long line of people who have always invested in their community, who've always looked to be open-minded and ecumenical and create connections instead of wall off the church. It's a good history to be a part of.
What we want to see is that people who feel like they're the only ones asking questions can actually have an environment or a community or a place where they can bring those forward, where they can say and not be afraid of the repercussions, but can have genuinely honest conversation, where they can explore different spiritual and theological traditions and just show up and be honest.
I have an understanding of who I think Jesus was and what his message is, message of love and acceptance and grace moving forward. And so there's just not a person I meet to whom that doesn't apply.
I'm so happy that we've started senior food box distribution once a month, because I see it as not a difficult thing, but a really impactful thing. And the combination of things we can hold pretty easily and don't have to overtax ourselves to do, and things that truly make an impact for people, that's like a sweet spot.
On a weekly basis, hundreds, if not thousands of people are on our campus doing something. And it's just a beautiful witness in our community.
Pumpkapalooza was the kids, all of their ideas, the amalgamation of their ideas on how they could bring in the community, bring in a lot more faces than just a standard Saturday would do, and say thank you. Say thank you for buying our pumpkins so that we can go to cool places in the summer and learn about how we can pour our service and outreach into all these different mission projects. So Pumpkapalooza, again, it's the kids' ideas, and it's the kids taking ownership of what the pumpkin patch does for them and what it makes possible for them here.
Empathy's big. Yeah. We do, we really try to love our neighbors well, and to do that, you gotta think like they think, or try to understand where other people are coming from. And that is a really big ministry of First Christian Church, though it doesn't have, say, like a label or a heading. It's a thing we try to do.
With all of the space that we have, I know that there are so many other organizations who themselves are doing good in the community, and we are able to help support them in the good that they're doing with the campus that we have. I think that that's a huge blessing. And then there are so many different ministries within FCC, the church itself, not just the building, that are doing a lot of good.
I think FCC just shows a willingness to adapt to whatever these individuals need. And so what I love that we've kind of seen a shift towards is the youth taking ownership in their place in the congregation. Things like fully showcasing their personality in Youth Sunday last May, where we're doing dance routines and news broadcasts and stories like that. maybe they just weren't offered the opportunity, but also maybe people didn't know that they wanted to showcase those kind of talents in front of the people. And so I love that we are now just not saying no to any of their ideas. And so what I love about FCC is that the people as a whole are welcoming to all of these ideas, and they want to see all of these different talents showcased.
I work with the youth, which I love. So Maggie, my daughter's 13. And some Sundays it's like let's just talk about our highs and lows. Let's check in, right? Because being a teenager in this world, it's not like it was when we were younger, right? So there's a lot of that, but I love seeing the relationships that have formed with the youth. I feel like they are very, very close. I feel like they're very supportive and encouraging of each other, and that is what I wanted in a church. I mean, that was the whole reason that we started looking, was to really find a youth group for her.
Our kids are so open to giving back to their community around them. And I think it's really important that we continue to present those opportunities to them. Even if it is just cleaning up around our own campus, like we're doing the day after the pumpkin patch is over, which is November 1st. Even if it's just giving back to this immediate congregation, I think it's important for everyone in our immediate community to see that these kids are taking ownership of this building and this property and want to put in the effort to make us a better place. And then, of course, our kids just have so many conversations about wanting to pour into the community outside of FCC's walls. And so, like I said, I think it's really important to present those opportunities to them. The kids in so many different aspects of their life, they're kind of just getting told what to do, right? And not being given so many opportunities to share what they would like to see happen. And so I think one of the biggest things that we've implemented here is just, giving them a forum and a platform to share those ideas. And like we said earlier, not saying no to anything right from the get-go.
Some of what we're doing now for FCC in the future is just the unnamed work of showing up week in, week out. It's hanging out with other families. It's asking about other people's children. It's checking in on folks with health issues, and also just helping support in volunteer hours and in finances, helping support the church so that there is an FCC always on this corner.
One of the things I'm really proud of today is our elders. And talking to our elders, what are some of their favorite things about serving? Inevitably, they go to the times when they go out and take communion to visit people in the hospital who are homebound, who are shut in, or in care facilities. And what a beautiful thing. So over the summertime, I made an effort to try to reach out to some of those same people. I got to visit with a good number of them, and several were phone calls, and some even I just had to write notes to because I don't have another option. But it's beautiful that the people who have been part of our congregation for many years can still be a big part, and we can have them. And so I'm particularly proud of that, and our elders are doing a great job with that.
I am so grateful for the people who have given of their time and their resources and their creativity to build this container that made space for me. And so I like to think that in my time here, however long that is, that I'm adding to that.
I've only been here a few years. I don't have a lot of the experience of getting to be part of the caravan, that drives up here 60 years ago. I think that legacy shows a lot of the resiliency of our church. And when we talk about resiliency, it's not just like brute strength, right? It's not just a really strong force that can just stick there and not move. I think it shows our ability to form and adapt to the community that we have, to the community that we want. Like, what do we want the church to be? And then to be able to see that vision come true. And I think we'll probably continue doing that.
What do we do for younger generations who just don't do church the way my generation and up does it? What they're telling us is they still want Jesus and community. And that's the business we're in at the core of it.
I think we're really good at just loving people as they are. That is the top thing for me. I feel like from my Southern Baptist growing up, they always say the kids are the future of the church. But I feel like this church does a really good job with kids. A safe space for them too, to be whatever it is that they want to be. So I feel like just the welcoming aspect, I feel like the kids aspect is great. I just want to see support for people that need it, and for them to know that it's a safe space, and not just let's talk about it, okay, and we're done, right? Like to feel the support throughout whatever that looks like, the week, the month, the year.
I think that we have the potential. Well, I say potential. We are already doing this, and we can grow even more in being a genuinely safe environment for spiritual refugees.
We're not trying to prove anything, right? We're not trying to prove what church can be. We're just trying to just be church, right? We just want to be church. We want to be community, be a place where you can come exactly as you are, and not with the intention of come as you are so that we can change you, right? Come as you are so that you can feel and experience the love of Christ and the love of community.
So there is a continual willingness to extend table fellowship to people who were considered to be outcasts, either religious or social outcasts. Actually usually went together. But Jesus didn't stop to ask, are you worthy of coming to this table? He said, hey, there's a feast and there's a party and you need to be here too.
Anybody within our church, I feel like, has a very different theology than the person sitting next to them. And it's awesome that we get to come together and we're all worshiping together, even if we have pretty different ideas of what we think that should look like. We all get to worship together. I think that's one of the things that FCC does beautifully. And that's one of the things that I would like to see us be able to hold on to. Over
and over, I've seen in very different ways, people are on different journeys. Often it's people who have been hurt and wounded by religion or by toxic theology, who have found liberation in just being able to talk about it, and being there where someone, in tears is saying, I thought I was the only one and now I know I'm not, is worth it. That's what I'm most excited about. And so we get to do that with Open Table Faith.
I would say generally, I don't really have a history of just kind of being an attendee anywhere. So if I'm going somewhere, I'm just gonna kind of get involved. But also just seeing a lot of the good that we were doing, and seeing areas of the church that were interesting to me, or places that I thought oh, I have something to offer there. I can contribute something.
I love the time that we get in between service and Sunday school of just to kind of catch up with our friends.
I think one of the things that I find really beautiful about FCC is the diversity of thought and theology and ideology that we have within our church.
Joining in the legacy, I'm grateful for the legacy of the Stone Campbell movement. I'm grateful for the Christian Church Disciples of Christ as a denomination and as a movement. I'm grateful for all of that. But more so than that, I'm grateful for the freedom that we have to innovate and to answer the questions that we're asking right here, right now in our time. And how do we use what we've been entrusted with, because we have been entrusted with it? How do we take that and impact people moving forward in the future?
It's got my mind stirring, but I think that that's a good thing, right? To be out of your comfort zone, right, is good. And I don't feel bad about where I'm at.
I think that our belief in love, and that God is love, and that God loves you, that is evergreen, right? That will not change for the church. The capital C church, the greater church, or for FCC Tyler.
But it's cool that I get to say, yeah, I'm a part of that. I'm a part of that legacy in Tyler and in the community, and I get to be a part of picking up the mantle and carrying it forward for the ministry that I'm doing in the community, not just as an individual, but as a part of this faith community.
Not as frightening,
I think the
but as
uniqueness of our church
opportunities
is really
to
special.
do faith in different
I
ways.
also think that FCC is family, and FCC is welcoming. I think our uniqueness is the wide spectrum that we have.
Are we becoming people who embody love in the world? Love for ourselves, love for our neighbor, love for God, love for our enemy, love for everything and everyone in this great, big, ever-expanding universe.
I am happy to be a part of it. right. Like I always said, I drove right past this building for so many years going to another church, having no clue what I was missing by being here. So I'm happy to be a part of it, and I think like we've got it figured out. There's always room for growth, right? I mean, I see new people every week. Like I'm telling you, the word is getting out, which is great, but I just think we keep on this path that we're on because I think it's a really lovely path.
So Anna has joined on as the children's coordinator here. She has so much passion for elementary age kids. This is the exact thing that she did at our home church growing up in Flower Mound, Texas, Creekwood Christian Church, for those who know. So this is right up her alley. I'm just glad that she's got the time available to come share the space with us, because I've been so excited to share FCC with her. We're happier than we've ever been out here in East Texas, and I know FCC is a big part of that. We have both had discussions about how we've changed internally, and then we know that the church and the family we've seen around us is a big reason for that.
FCC is hope for a whole lot of people who aren't sure they fit into church, yet feel called by God and really crave Christian community.
FCC is just a great place to be a part, so that everyone has a seat at the table. I really think that's an important piece, and love it here as a result of that.
FCC, to me, the church that I have found and experienced, and the church that we are becoming and can be, is a church of open hearts, open minds, and an open table.
FCC is where your people are.